Welcome to the Daily Wrap-Up, a concise show dedicated to bringing you the most relevant, independent news as we see it from the last 24 hours. March 27th, 2019.
This is a photo of Ibrahim Hewitt on the left side and Ismail Haniyeh on the far right. Boy, I can tell you that those eyes of Ismail Haniyeh, they look evil. I mean, I think if I was in his office, he would cut me up piece by piece. Ismail Haniyeh, as you know, is the head of Hamas, who wants to destroy Israel. And Ibrahim Hewitt is a Muslim convert, extremist, who runs a charity, Islamic charity, called Interpol in England, which is on the American Treasury watch list. And he's also an editor for the Middle East Monitor, which is an extremist website. And Vagabond, so in a few seconds I will show you what's the connection to you. The following is from the Treasury website about Interpol. And it says, U.S. delegation, Interpol, the Palestinian Relief and Development Fund, U.S. designation date, August 2003. Background, Interpol, headquartered in the UK, has been a principal charity utilized to hide the flow of money to Hamas. Reporting indicates it is the conduit through which money flows to Hamas from other charities. Example, the Alaska Foundation, and that it oversees blah, 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 blah. Here's another page. It says here, President Bush announced the U.S. Treasury is designating 5 Hamas-related charities and 6 senior Hamas leaders as specially designated global terrorists, freezing any assets in the USA and prohibiting transactions with the USA nationals. By claiming responsibility for the despicable acts of terror on August 19th, Hamas has reaffirmed that it is a terrorist organization committed to violence against Israelis and to undermining progress towards peace between Israel and the Palestinian people, President Bush stated. And what you see here on the bottom is that this charity is named as one of these terrorist organizations. And this beauty over here is Daoud Abdullah, who is also a director for the Middle East Monitor, that jihadist website. And he's a former executive director of the Muslim Council of Britain, who happened to have had a controversy in 2009 where he signed a declaration outlining, amongst other things, the obligation of the Islamic nation to regard the sending of the foreign warships into Muslim waters, claiming to control the borders and prevent the smuggling of arms to Gaza, as a declaration of war that must be rejected and fought by all means and ways. So this guy advocates for the sinking of vessels which would aid in the blocking of weapons coming into Gaza. In 2009, the Labour government also severed relations with the council in response to Abdullah's support of Hamas. So Middle East Monitor has a very exceptional list of authors who contribute to their website. One of them is Dr. Azam Tamimi, a Hamas spokesperson in Britain, and who advocates for suicide bombing. This is just a cover from an Israeli magazine, online magazine, The Font of Hatred, how Hamas relies on two UK websites. Palestinian terror group uses UK-based sites Middle East Monitor and Middle East Eye to spread a message of hate. And that's the head of Hamas with his hands held high. Who knows, maybe he's celebrating a successful suicide vest explosion on a bus, killing 10 or 20 people. And here I just wanted to show how the Middle East Monitor tries to present Ibrahim Hewitt in a beautiful light. He's an author, educator, humanitarian, and human rights activist. So this man who actually wants the death of men, women, and children in Israel, he's a humanitarian. So he's not a man who's looking for peace between Israel and the Palestinians. He's looking for the destruction, for the taking down of the country of Israel. So he's a man of peace, a humanitarian. Vagabond, sorry I took so long to get to the point. Holy moly, look at the name of the website. On the upper left it says MEM. That stands for Middle East Monitor. So you're getting your information from Hamas, directly from the top. Friends with the head of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, #1 terrorist. Probably the only reason why he's not dead is the next guy would be worse. So you bring your news source from Hamas. So that's why you brought this Israel airstrike damages 500 homes. It could very well be 500. It could be 5,000. It could be 5. But you can't rely on Hamas to tell you the damage that Israel caused. That's their arch enemy. Why would they give you the truth? Everything would be exaggerated because that's how they are. They can't win militarily. They could only win, or they're trying to win the world's sympathy. That's the only gimmick that they have. So that's what you do. You go along with Hamas. You're pro-Hamas. You're pro-Islam. Islamist. And you give false information to your audience. It's all fake. And isn't it ironic that you criticize the mainstream news for pushing this Russian collusion because they haven't verified their sources when your sources are crap? Have you investigated your sources? Have you investigated the truthfulness in the claims that Middle East Monitor makes? But you take them by your word. Am I wrong? Am I right?
We don't investigate it. I mean, keep this whole thing in mind throughout today's show, as well as that fact that the president of CNN just literally admitted that they do not research the information they are handed down. They just take them at face value as, quote-unquote facts, which is literally the opposite of what a journalist is supposed to do. So bear this in mind as we go through all of the show, because trust me, it's incredibly relevant. So for